All right. So I'm guessing this is gonna be my first video, my first YouTube video. For those of you who don't know me, I am Carlito San, short for Carlito Sanchez. I don't know why, but yeah, that's what we're gonna go with. But here we have this beautiful New York view, and this is what an entrepreneur does after he finishes from the gym, and he he comes here to gather his thoughts and to pretty much vibe out. Like, how can you not enjoy this beautiful view? Look at this. The videos don't do it justice at all, but this is crazy. For people who live in Jersey, you know exactly where this is at. And for people who live in New York, you might know where this is at as well. But yeah, I just wanted to make a little video and really start to document, my life and everything that I do, so people can get to know who Carlito San is, because I want to, pretty much inspire, motivate, help people, and show people, I want to say, how to live, or how to live an amazing, great life. So so right now I just came out of the gym. So I go to this gym literally right here around nearby, from where I'm at right now. It's like 2 minutes away by the water. And yeah, I don't know, I feel like my life, I'm just gonna rant on this video, by the way. Just gonna talk random shit for people to kind of, I don't know. I used to do vlogs. I've done a lot of things in my life, but I want to start, I just want to start documenting everything that I do, basically, so I can just see, like, look back at my life and really, what do you call it? So I can look back and see that I actually tried to live the best life I could possibly live. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I don't know if that makes sense, but, yeah, nah, I'm just looking at these buildings right now, and it just makes me realize, like, one, you can do whatever you want. Like, people who made these buildings, like, it was once a thought in their heads, all right? Like, if you actually sit around and really be aware of your surroundings and of this world, you start to think of things like this. You start to realize that if you want anything in your life, literally anything, like, look at this. There's some boats there, right? Actually, are those boats? No, those aren't boats. But there's boats around here. And, like, you got to start asking yourself, like, there's people who work 9 to 5s, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. There's people who work 9 to 5s, and then there's people who own 20 Ferraris, like. And then you start to ask yourself, like, wait, what? And I'm not sitting here and saying that you have to try to own 20 Ferraris, but it's just the thought of, like, how did they even do it? I'm pretty sure every single person in this life has at least a thought of becoming better or achieving greatness or achieving some type of, like, whatever greatness may be to you. Some people is 20 Ferraris, some people is a mega yacht, some people is just have a, family, a regular 9 to 5 where they have to just, report, clock in, and they don't really have to worry about, handling a company or hiring people or whatever the case may be. So yeah, like, you have to start to think about, like, look at these buildings. These apartments right here are literally like 5,000. It goes upwards. I mean, it goes up towards, like, 10K even. So you could get this, beautiful view right here of New York, and you can live nice, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, most of these apartments are luxury. And it goes back to the same thought that I said before. Like, some people are okay with living, in a basement. And I'm not here to knock anybody off, Like I said, at the end of the day, it's really what you want to do. But just think about it for 1 second. We have one life, right? If you really want to live a great life, the whole part of it is just to at least live. In my opinion, this is my definition of living good. My definition of living an amazing life includes, right? So I'm not saying it's just the only thing, but it includes living a quality life. Shelter, amazing shelter, great food, nice cars, luxury things, whatever it may be. That's my definition of success, right? And of course, just it's not just materialistic things. You have to be rich in every aspect. That's what I think. I think you have to be rich in family and health and happiness, joy, in friendships, in social life, and yeah, in money and prosperity, right? And you have to be prosperous. You have to live in a prosperous life. You have to be materialistically, if that makes this, is that a word? You have to live, you have to be abundant in every aspect, including the material world, right? So that's my definition. And I'm pretty sure that a lot of people think the same way too. But the problem is that people get it misconstrued, right? So they think that when people say you have to live a rich life, they're, they think they're saying that you have to have a nice car and then fuck your health, fuck your family, fuck your social life, fuck everything else. No, you have to have everything. A complete and, exceptional life to me is being rich in every aspect, not just money, or not just health. It's like when you have health, some people have health, but they don't have, wealth. They don't have money. Some people have wealth, but they don't have health or family. Their family hates them. Their kids hate them. Like, you know what I'm saying? And hate is a strong word, but you guys get what I'm trying to, get at here. And yeah. So you have to be rich in every aspect. And I think being rich in every aspect starts with yourself, right? So you need to be healthy. You got to be healthy. This is what I'm saying. Like, I just came back from the gym, and it's not just about lifting weights. It's about the discipline, the mental, that you basically what do you call it? You're not only working physically, you're working on your mental discipline, right? You're working on your emotional discipline. You know what I'm saying? Because you're trying to push through, with these weights and things like that, and even being consistent and going to the gym every day, kind of thing. It's one of those things that it works. People think that the gym is just to look good. No, the gym allows you to create, a consistent schedule, right? Or it allows you to, it helps you to become more consistent, because unless you're going to the gym like once a week and then you're slacking off for 2 months, then you're coming back, kind of thing. At least you're still being consistent if you're always coming back, but consistent in the gym is a couple days a week. And then that, trickles down to other things. It also allows you to become consistent in your business, right? In your job, in your family life, in your social life. So you start to develop this habit of being consistent in the gym, and then it trickles down to other things. So yeah, man, that's what I wanted this video kind of to be about today. Just about being rich in every aspect, not just being rich in money, how some people think about it. And that's why you guys see these rich people that may have it all. There's like this huge thing, on the internet, or just in life in general, like in the world. People think that most people, or all people, some people literally think that all rich people are assholes, all rich people are depressed, all rich people are this. There's rich people 1000% that are fucked up in the head, don't have their health right, and yes, they fall into these crazy bad habits, and they go crazy or whatever, and people think it's the money. The money doesn't necessarily change you. The money amplifies who you already are. So if you're already If you're already insecure, not confident, not healthy, you don't have, you don't take care of your health, you don't have a good social life, you don't, you're not a nice person, a kind person, a giving person. If you become wealthy, people think that every money's gonna solve everything. No, you're just gonna be an asshole, and an insecure, asshole with money. That's literally all it's gonna do. You're just gonna be. Now, if you have somebody that's a happy person, a giving person, good social life, good, overall good life, and then that person gets rich, you have a solid human being living a rich life in every aspect, how I like to call it. So, yeah, that's really what I wanted to talk about today. And yeah, I think my best advice to people to become rich in every aspect is not to forget God, right? Because that's another thing that people forget. And God, whatever that means to you, you seek your truth, right? I'm not here trying to persuade anybody to become, Christian, Muslim, whatever it is. I'm just here to basically provoke a thought in your mind so you can become greater, live a greater life, or a better life. So yeah, like I was saying before, so you can't forget about the relationship with God, right? Your inner God, the divine power, the creator of all worlds, like I said, whatever that may mean to you. I think most of us have a basic, at least, understanding or thought of there has to be a higher power, right? Like all this life, this earth, human beings being alive, the fact that the body, you can go to sleep and you don't have to focus on your breathing, your body does it for you. All of these things, like, you need to, in my opinion, you have to connect to that power, and that power is within all of us. And one thing that I personally believe in is that we all are a part of God, right? Which in a, how do you say it? In a way, it makes us somewhat, gods of our own experience. You know what I'm saying? Because at least from my beliefs, and I personally take a lot of I guess teachings from the Bible. I grew up Christian, and then I basically started to explore my religious options, and I pretty much started seeking the truth, right? So, yeah. What was I getting with this? Shit, I forgot. Basically, oh yeah, it says in the Bible that God created, everybody, human beings, in his image, right? So what does that mean? That means that we have the power. We have a power to create worlds. Like all of this stuff, yes, all of this stuff, literally all of this was created by quote unquote humans, right? It was, right? People built this whole world was built and created by us humans. And that's the power that we hold within ourselves. When we think of something, when we imagine something, and then it comes into fruition or we manifest it, that's the God power that's working within us, right? That we all hold within ourselves. And I'm not trying to make this video about religion, or I'm not trying to seem like I'm a guru of any sort and things like that. But yes, tap into the God within you and realize that you can create anything you want in this life. And now I'm gonna get personal, and this is the reason why I want to start doing these videos, so you guys can see. So just a little backstory on me. I was a young kid that grew up in I was a young kid that grew up here in New Jersey, East Coast of the United States. And yeah, I grew up in this place called Jersey City, which is not the greatest per se. Like it wasn't, I was introduced to cigarettes and things like that when I was in like 4th grade or something, 5th grade. I know it sounds crazy, but that's the type of environment that Jersey City was, when I was a kid. And yeah, anybody who's seen this video and listening to that might think like, damn, this guy probably fucking, you grew up like that. So I grew up basically like in the hood, you can say. There's times where I almost got jumped plenty of times. Like I got into fights, like crazy stuff like that. And then from a young age, I realized that I wanted like, I felt like I wasn't the same, or I was different than everybody else around me. Kids around me at that age were doing stupid shit. They were smoking. And don't get me wrong, I got to high school and like, I got into like I wanted to start experimenting with things, and I tried like drinking and, smoking weed and things like that. And so yeah, I'm not knocking anybody down like that's going through their, that's young and trying things. But just to basically explain a little bit of my story, I knew that everybody else around me had like small dreams, small minds. People thought that it was cool to be just regular and do the same old shit. Like I used to think like, no, I want to go to Europe. I want to travel outside the country. Like, and these were thoughts I was having when I was young, right? Like super, super young. And then fast forward, I got a little older, and I was supposed to go to high school in Jersey City, and it was like a super bad school at the time. It was called Dickinson High School. Once again, for people who live in Jersey City or grew up with me, like my friends who might see this video, you guys know that that school was bad. So from that young, right, I literally told my mom, I'm like, I don't want to go to the school because I don't want to be surrounded by these fucking kids that are doing stupid shit and getting in trouble, getting in gangs, doing drugs and all of that stuff, right? So what did I tell my mom at that age, that young? I said I want to go to a different school in a different city because I want to be surrounded by better people. At that age, I was already thinking about the law of association. I knew that whoever I surrounded myself with, that's who I was going to be like, or at least emulate. And that's something huge. Like, people have to understand that who you surround yourself is probably one of the most important things in your life. It's called the law of association. I read it in a book. I'm not sure exactly what book it was. I mean, I've watched, I've done the whole personal development thing, read a whole bunch of books, YouTube videos, meditation. Like, I've done it all, right? And then, so I did that. And then, fast forward, and then I tried a whole bunch of things, and then I've tried businesses. I'm going to do another part to this video. And I'm going to show you guys or tell you guys, like, my real story and everything. But this is pretty much like a little video I wanted to make, just to kind of start to get into this, recording myself and things like that. So you guys, so yeah, follow my YouTube channel, follow me on my socials. I'm going to be basically talking about a lot, business, self-development, a whole bunch of stuff. So yeah, follow me for more, guys.